Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 131, Sticks Gaming Podcast. That's a palindrome. Backwards and forwards.
Haha.
I love them. Even numbers and palindromes I'm all about. I'm Myke Kernat. To my right, Myke Steak Carnia.
What's going on?
To my left, Art's also a palindrome, Rosian.
Not even close.
Well, no, it's not. I don't think. Do you even have any shared letters? Oh, you give an A. Yeah.
Wait, tell me, my first name and last name?
Well, yeah, you have an A and the R, but there's not in the right order for both forwards and backwards.
Not even close. No.
So we're all back together again.
Once again, Mike lies.
I mean,
At least you're not digging your heels in on this one.
I mostly lie on recording that can go back and be recorded and reviewed for purposes.
Off the record, I'm completely truthful. It's only when it can be held against me that I lie.
Yeah, it can be held
Go
up,
to the tape.
anything that can be held up in a court of law. I'm all about lying, but day in day out, I'm pretty honest. Anyway, we're back together again. So we're all here. It is storming like crazy right now. Right outside, there's windows that's 5 feet from me, so you're probably gonna hear some thunder and lightning. So that's good times.
Fine.
But I've been playing all kinds of stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I got a fairly long list from last time we got together. We got Gamescom Opening Night Live was earlier today, so we're gonna run a show for that. And there's other,
I have a long list by my standards.
like
Which
2.
means greater than 0.
Hey,
That's pretty good.
Steak, what you playing?
All right. I finished A Plague's Tale: Innocence.
Okay.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The last 2 chapters almost ruined it for me, though.
Dude, that last boss is a thing.
The last 2 chapters is a thing. Like, the difficulty went from like about a 4 to an 8, and I can't stand when games do that. I can't stand it.
I don't know. I don't remember the full details of that final boss fight, but I remember being like, I don't remember doing this at all the entire game, and
Right.
and then all of a sudden you're trying to figure out what the hell you got to do.
Yeah, it took a while to figure that out, and then even before that, like there's that part where like you're creeping behind the cart, like shortly before that, and I died so many times because there's people coming at you at such super speeds, and a couple times too, I had the head targeted and let go, and it somehow still missed, and I'm like, what is going on? I was going insane.
Yeah, I remember that card too.
Yeah, so that was, but other than that, I did very much enjoy the game. Looked great. I played the majority of the back half of the game actually through xCloud because I was in Florida. So, but it, for the most part, ran very smooth and looked good still. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the sequel for sure. And then I jumped back into Ghost of Tsushima, grabbed the PS5 version, played it for a little bit, and then the next day I went to go load it up, and every time I try to load or continue my game, it now shows me a downloading speed or downloading screen, and it's stuck at 21% and says it has 168 hours to go, and there's nothing downloading.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it is downloading. Just really, you can't see with the naked eye.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You got to put your finger against that line for a very long time.
There's a secret 56K modem in the PS5 that is downloading.
Yeah.
You're using the technology they had during the game period.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
So carrier pigeon will be
Yeah,
here
this
with
is
your,
really immersive.
How many gigs?
That's why it takes so many hours. It takes a while to get there.
Yeah. So I'm
Dude,
gonna.
I was just saying right before we jumped on the podcast how my PlayStation 5 just completely borked on me too.
Yeah,
I had to format it.
Oh, funny story. Mine's at PlayStation right now getting fixed.
Get out of the what's going on?
What is going
That
on?
new update with the internal hard drive thing must have messed everything up.
everything
Mine's
up.
been gone since before then.
Oh, okay.
For a long time, I've been having a problem where I put my machine into rest mode, and it goes to a solid green screen and powers the PlayStation completely off.
Jesus.
And I figured I've done it with my external hard drive connected, disconnected, reformatted the whole thing, different games. It keeps doing it. So I'm like, I might as well get this fixed while it's still in their warranty.
Yeah. Is it a year for that?
It's a year from.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the guy, when I called in, the guy's like, what's your purchase date? I'm like, I don't know, launch. Whatever that was.
It's under a year to begin with. Still, we're still under a year
matter?
anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I can't tell you any realistic number that doesn't fit into the category of being covered by warranty.
I will say, the guy I talked to was really nice and helpful. So.
Oh, good. All right. I'm sorry.
He was at least able to give me like a timetable on how long does this take? He was like, you're probably looking at about 28 business days. I'm like, all right, well, it is what it is.
Oh, trying to find a new one.
Repair them as fast as they make them.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I almost have a problem with I think I figured out the problem though is just sometimes I'll turn on my PlayStation and it'll take either like multiple tries to connect to the internet. Like I have to like go in and test it before it finally connects. But I feel like that only happens when I'm doing like put the game in a rest mode. If I close the game down before I go into rest mode, like it comes up perfectly fine. So like when I was playing Madden before the new Madden came out, and I was doing my online franchise, and like if I would stop the game, or if I would like not completely back out of the game, it would take forever to reload into it, and then to do my cloud save. Yeah, there's all kinds of hardware problems happening right now, which I do not like.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So I guess I don't know. I just haven't had a chance to really dig into it. I'll probably just uninstall it and reinstall it. I'll try that and just see. I'm assuming maybe because then there was a patch that day too, so I'm wondering if there was some kind of hiccup when it was installing the patch or something, or I don't know. So, but the little bit I did play of it was pretty. I think I was feeling a little better about it, so I think I'm ready to get back into that type of game. So I think that was just my problem at the time. So so I'm looking forward to diving some more into that. Really quick, Art, can you unplug and plug it back in? Let's try, because yours is like I looked. Your volume is quite high, but it's. Ooh, there we go. There's a nice little.
Hello.
Yeah, that looks a little better.
Okay.
How do I look?
Your volume is just like your volume is usually lower, but that's why I have you turned up.
Right.
But even here, it's still kind of lower. Like I'm like, unless we might have another one going, like how that other one.
Oh, jeez.
Might be time to look at a hardware refresh.
Well, it's been 5 years.
Yeah,
so
we've gotten our mileage out of this.
Yeah, $200 well spent for the whole setup.
I was gonna say. What else? Really. Played very little. Again, didn't have much. I haven't had much time, but played very little of Diablo 2, the open beta. I played up through the first mission of Diablo 2, so you go through the Den of Evil, return. Yeah, we put in a lot of hours into that. But it does feel dated, like because it's got the inventory management system. Like you got to carry the scrolls and. Like compared to Diablo 3, like they made a lot of like quality of life improvements. So that's gonna get some time to get used to. But man, just playing it on the big screen and like, yeah, I'm ready for that to come back. I played through the Tales of Arise demo. So that's coming out September 10th. I'm super pumped for that, and I'm even more pumped after playing the demo. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I started playing 12 minutes.
For how long?
For like 12 minutes. No. Maybe for like, honestly, maybe for like a half hour.
False advertising.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I don't like the controls.
Okay. I finished that game.
Okay.
That's one of the many things I
How
played.
long did it take you?
It probably took there's multiple endings, and like the game doesn't really stop when you get to an ending. Like you get credits, and then you can hit continue to like basically pick up where you left off on one of the endings. When you get like the ending, it picks up from the very beginning of the game.
Okay.
Like it basically refreshes the game.
Yep.
To get to the ending, 8 hours.
Holy false advertising.
Ish.
Okay.
Now there's a lot more. There is. I think I only got 5 of the achievements so far, so I know there's a lot more for me to do. But
so, Mike, how'd you feel about the game? Because you've been hyped for that forever.
Yeah, that's been on my most anticipated list for a couple 3 years now, I think, at this point. So yeah, I mean the control piece of it is troublesome. Like it definitely would work better on like mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say, does it feel like a mouse and keyboard game?
It's 100% point and click.
It's a point and click. It does snap to things, but like every once in a while, you still like I went to lock the door, then I went to open the door instead, and all of a sudden
the wrong thing.
Yeah, and it's like
it's like
just
a bad third-person cover-based shooter.
Yeah, so I mean little things here and there, but like honestly though, the game so it's kind of weird to say it's not time sensitive because it's very time sensitive.
It is. No, it is.
But like when you're looking at when you're manipulating in your inventory, right? Like time actually stops when you're doing that. So like you get a chance to like, all right, I'm gonna drag the mug over to the sink, and then you got a chance to drag the mug over to the sink, make sure it's good, drop it, and no time has elapsed or anything like that. For those who don't know what 12 minutes is, first of all, it's on Game Pass right now. It came out on did it come on?
No,
PlayStation?
I think just PC
and Xbox.
Yeah.
So it's on Game Pass right now. So you are
Why not?
Why not? So you're a husband. You just come home from work, and you're kind of having like a normal, semi-normal day with your wife, and all of a sudden this guy busts in, says he's a cop, and accuses your wife of murder. And he's looking for an item. Wife's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Guy comes over to you, kills you, and then you start back at the door again. So the only way, and then you're in this time loop. So it's like this constant time loop that's happening over and over again. You got to figure out basically how to save yourself. You got to stop the guy from killing you and solve a mystery along the way. But the only way to really break the loop is to die, run out of time, or leave the apartment. Yeah. Because the whole thing's set up in a 3-room apartment in a closet. So 3.5 room, I guess, room. And then you spend all your time in there trying to figure out how to do it. My words of advice for people getting in the game to really get the most out of it is, 1, every item you pick up, like, click on it. When it's in your inventory, if you click on it, like, your character will either do like nothing because there's nothing to say, or he'll say something that will give you like a hint of how you're supposed to manipulate that item. So like I got, that you can pick up a butcher knife like right away, but you click on the butcher knife, it doesn't say anything. But I mean, the butcher knife is pretty self-explanatory, right? Yeah. But there's a you find sleeping pills, and they're like, oh, they're pretty big. I wonder if I can dissolve these in water. Okay, now that kind of keys you in on something you're trying to do. 2, everything that everyone says is super important, even the stuff that seems stupid, like when you walk in to a room and your wife goes, oh, I didn't hear you come in. Yeah. Like a very normal conversation type of thing. That will clue you in on like, okay, I might have a couple of seconds before she even knows I'm in the apartment, so I can maybe do some stuff before she can see. Like everything like that. Like there's so much to interact with, and like honestly, just kind of really, really, really play around with the environment and the things, because there wasn't much I thought of that I couldn't do. Like when I would, combine different things. Like I wonder if I can just, what happens if I kill my wife? Is time going to restart? It did.
So you're saying that is not the desired ending?
No. There was one time I didn't do it, but my wife was in a pool of blood in the front room, and I had to, you can advance time by like, if you can go into the bedroom and actually lay down, it'll advance time to like the next the next loop or whatever it is. But I only had like a minute. Like I'm just gonna stand here. And then Beth walked in, so like I'm standing there. My wife's in a pool of blood, and like in the front room, like it's not what it looks like. Getting to the ending, like it's, man, like it. I don't like it as much as like Oberdin, which it does I think everything that 12 Minutes does way better, like for the investigative pieces of it. 12 Minute Story goes to a place I did not see coming, which was like, I said up until like the moment before it happened, I'm like, didn't no anticipating that's way how it was going to end up.
That's kind of neat though.
Yeah, no, I appreciated it. Yeah. But like, yeah, there's so much permutations that you can do in those 12 minutes, and so many different things. Like, and I mean, I even got to a point where I got one of the achievements I did get was, they call it the Groundhog Day, which was have the perfect day. Like I finally figured out how to have like a perfect day, but that didn't break the loop either. So like the whole idea is like you were trying to figure out how to survive, figure out the mystery, and C, break the loop. So like even though I had like a perfect day, it didn't break the loop, and your character reacts to that. So like I come back and he's like just punching the air, like what else do I need to do? Like everything was perfect, it's just like, and then you have like a false ending in there. Like I think the game is over, and it is not over. Like there is way more to find out. So like it's super dense, and really playful. Like I said, it is a straight up point and click adventure. It's just. If you can get past those couple of things, like the control pieces of it, man, it's something pretty special. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm just in it's one of those like the mindset. I was just like, all right, I'm losing my patience. I have no patience this whole week. Stuff going on. So I've had no patience. So like trying to play that where you need patience. So like, all right, start figuring things out. So this is just not a good game to play for me right now. Like I said, I mean, I still like the concept of it, and I think after playing for a while, I'm sure the controls will just start becoming more second nature. Oh yeah. It is just a little odd. 'Cause I wasn't expecting that, like from all like the trailers and stuff. It seemed like more like you you were actually going to just move your guy. You know what I mean? Not like a point and click. But yeah, I'll definitely give it another. I'll give it another run.
Click on every item. Everything everyone says is important.
Cool. And then finally, this is a segue into both of you guys. I did load up the Madden 22 trial since, that's the nice thing about Game Pass with EA Play. You can get your 10 hours of Madden, which is usually how much I play. Maybe play that much a year anyway, so that's perfect for me. Well, this year I played my one game, the Chiefs Bucks.
The demo, the tutorial game.
The tutorial game, and yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't think I'll touch Madden again this year. I'm all right.
Yeah. Well, I bought it. No, I've been talking for a minute. How's your Madden 22 experience been so far?
Buggy.
Yeah.
So let's see. As far as the bugs go, as far as overall gameplay goes, the gameplay when you're on the field playing the game doesn't feel a ton different from last year's to me, outside of this stupid momentum system they have, which it's really annoying. I don't need. Let me play the game. I don't need power ups.
So like the whole like X Factor, like this is like like the stadium X Factor is what this is more or less. You know what I mean? Like
it was in college football too, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind it when it's just like, all like automatic. I think some of the stuff doesn't make any sense. Where like I don't know why I have no fatigue all of a sudden. Like that's one of the power you guys can that the stadium momentum thing can get. Like that makes no sense. Like okay, my wide receivers have a trouble like here in the hot routes. Okay, that's like a thing that I would if it was just like real world applications of it being really noisy in there, or your kicker goes in that ice mode automatically, whereas like they bring the camera down and it's super shaky. It's kind of hard to see like the meter.
Or, like
that's all understandable, but like I don't understand like
one of the ones for the Bears is like opposing kickers, the meter moves faster on the downswing, which is fine because when the winds are blowing, Soldier Field is a hard place to kick.
Right. So like if they would have kept it in the realm of reality, because some of them are, some of them aren't. Like if they would have just kept the ones that were in reality, or just like I don't understand like why my guys are blocking better. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't that doesn't make sense. Like if I have a chance to like, if I'm on the offensive side of the thing and you get to the power up momentum swing of it, and the crowd is being super quiet, and like linemen start like pointing out blitzers and stuff like that. That would make sense to me. Right. Or just like real world applications.
There's one I've seen where if you're the home team, the road team is more likely to fall for a false count.
Right.
Fake snap. But there was like the first game. So I'm playing as a Bears. First game was against the Rams. Like, and they ended up getting like their momentum meter all the way up on me. And so one of the things was you can't see what your receivers' routes are if you go into like the overhead view of your team. And then on top of that, the maxed out one is like the screen shakes.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like a football game anymore to me. Like I had to go and turn off the screen shaking thing because I was disoriented. I don't understand. Okay, if you want to say like the whole you can't see the routes and stuff. Okay, first game for a rookie quarterback makes sense. If I have Tom Brady out there, it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Well, right.
And like I don't understand how like. So they have one meter that goes, it shifts left. It's like a, tug of war. Like it goes left or right, depending on whoever's momentum is swinging. But I don't understand how they have the same powers on both sides of that rope. Like if I'm on offense and I'm playing at home and the momentum is swinging the other direction, like I don't understand like why I can't see plays all of a sudden. Like when my crowd is sitting on their hands,
right,
or whatever. It just doesn't make it. Like if they start like booing incessantly or something like that, then that's a different story. But that's not happening either. Like it just wasn't married to what was going on in the field in a way that I think is logical. So it's just one more piece of bullshit to deal with all the other Madden bullshit you got to deal with.
So there's that. And that's designed to be in the game. That's not even the buggy part.
Yeah. That works.
Yeah. Outside of that, I think the play on the field feels pretty much the same to me.
Yeah,
as last year's. So getting into the buggy stuff. So Myke had one where he won a game like 43-6 or something, and then after the game ended, it showed that he lost like 6-0.
Yep, they took all my points away.
I was on the other side of that. I lost a game like 38-9, and then I won 9-0. So at least it's not they didn't just screw you. It's just broken.
I was trying to find something else on Madden, and that one just kept coming up over and over again as a pretty common issue.
There was one I had in one of my games where I think it was like 3rd and 7 or something, and I gained like 20 yards. The next play, the ball was at the spot where it's supposed to be, so 20 yards up the field, but then it was 4th and 8 or whatever it was.
When you play the game, do you play every down, like offense and defense?
I just play offense only.
I do that a lot too. So do you see that? Like, it'll be like, like the defense will come, the defense, like the board will come up. So like it'll do the quick play piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be like 1st and 10, gain 2 yards, it'll be 2nd and 8, incomplete pass, 3rd and 8, and then it'll be like a 7-yard pass, 1st down. I'm like, I don't know. That's and then they show the little arrows on the field, and there's like a 3-yard gap in the arrows. So like that could have been like where he caught it and where he ran it to, but either way, you said a 7-yard gain and he needed 8, and you gave him a 1st down. So like I don't understand what the hell that is.
It's math. You don't understand.
And that's not even new. Like this has been going on. They've had that exact feature in Madden for years. Like that's not even like a new thing. Like how's that fucked up?
Well, I saw some video on Twitter of some guy who ran backwards to like the 5-yard line and then hit the pass button, and the guy so then the quarterback like this and threw a perfect 70-yard pass down the field.
Maybe I need to try that, because I have passes that are 3 yards upfield on a drag route. My quarterback has his feet set in the pocket, not moving at all, and he wings it 5 yards outside of him. I'm like,
and then happened to be like
a grade school kid can make that pass. What are you doing?
Oh, I had that with Mahomes. Like Mahomes, he was like
a good quarterback, got it.
It's like he kind of did that same thing. I mean, that was a computer player. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? I'm like, thank God. Like I had a guy right there ready for it, so I actually picked him off. But if I didn't have a guy there, he would have thrown this perfect pass, and it would have been like, I would have been like, are you kidding me? Like that's like as good as Mahomes is, and sometimes as crazy as some of the balls Mahomes throws, he still physically could not have thrown that ball that was in this thrown. It's like, oh my God! Like, come on! Like, I don't understand it's a video game, but at the same time, like, it's supposed to be a simulation. Like,
but it's like, okay, other bugs I've experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had the plays just like not show up?
No.
So like I'll be scrolling through my plays and they'll just be blank. It'll say like it'll be like
Just take your best guess.
It'll be like HP power. Like I know what that is, but it'll be like XYZ whatever. But I'm like I don't know what the fuck that is.
HP power is a run to the right with
I knew exactly what that. I know what that is. But like I don't know what that pass means. And like I originally thought like okay maybe this is one of those stadium things. And but like nope, it's at the beginning of the game. There's no momentum either way. Like it's just missing plays. You had that picture earlier of Justin Fields going Super Saiyan. Yeah. He was like his
hair and his eyes and his mouth were like emitting the brightest orange light ever.
I was totally an Infinity Stone and just inhaled. Yeah, it's just like straight out of Guardians.
Did you do a fantasy draft or no?
No, I just 90% of the reason I bought this game was so I can play with the Bears with a good quarterback. For
well, actually, I drafted Justin Fields actually with my fantasy thing. Like the quarterbacks go super early, by the way, this year. If anyone does a fantasy draft,
they do it every year. The quarterbacks go early.
Super early. Anyway.
That's why you can always get like a 90 running back in like the second round. It's like an actual fantasy draft. Well, not an actual fantasy draft. Nobody takes a running back.
I picked up Travis Kelce in like the 5th round. Like, why are you still here?
It's not like actual fantasy. It's like actual like NFL like thought process. Running backs are interchangeable. You don't need to have an elite running back, so nobody takes them.
That's why I draft 4 and then trade 3 of them. So I have everyone's first round picks. Anywho, so.
And you wonder why it doesn't work out for you. You're cheating the system.
That has nothing to do with
Have you sitting through a whole year yet? Do they still have the problem with like everyone's on the same contracts?
No. I got like halfway through and I got to the point where I was negotiating contracts and I had like $105 million in contracts, so that's still a problem. I haven't done my 10-year forward yet to see how many like whatever. But they did kind of address that last year when you can kind of add on more like the X factors and the X superstars and regular stars. Like you can add on more of those. Hopefully more of those end up being linemen and linebackers, but whatever. But like I did the fantasy draft. I pre-ordered the game. With the pre-order game, one of the new features.
Pre-order the game.
I had credit.
Went to GameStop on release day and had a very nice gentleman trying to upsell me on Madden Ultimate Team points.
No.
After the 3rd time he offered, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna put this game online even once.
So, you pre-order the game. When you pre-order the game, I got 20 of those franchise points, which is something new. When you put into your the coaches trees. Okay, yeah. So I got like 20 franchise points, which means I got like 2 upgrades, like basically right off the bat. Before I get into that problem. The actual feature, like the new coaching stuff is actually kind of interesting. I think where actually you're putting like stats into
it's like an RPG skill tree.
Honestly, it's exactly like the NFL head coach 09 I was playing earlier in the year. It's almost identical to that.
Do you think when they do development ideas for Madden, they just pull out like decades old games? Like, what did we do 10 years ago?
I mean, once in a while they should, especially for something like this. So like,
Don't look at Madden though. Look at college and that coach thing.
Yes. So each your head coach, the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and your player personnel all have a skill tree, and you can you have like a left and a right version for like a couple different so you have like each coach has like 2 skill trees. Like for my head coach one, like if I go down the right side, it basically gives more XP to all my offensive players. I go down the left side, defensive players. Like the first rank will be like the linemen, then it'll be like the linebackers and halfbacks, and it'll be like the wide receivers and cornerbacks, and quarterback's the last one. So that's actually kind of neat, and you get franchise points by completing weekly tasks, by doing certain like you'll have a press conference at the beginning of the week talking about what do you think of your rookie
press conferences.
Really?
No, not a single one.
And you get Justin Fields too. Yeah, like I have one over my QB1. Like how do you how do you feel about him? How do you feel about his start and whatever? So like it'll be like I had a game like it's supposed to like pour rain, and they asked I'm in a press conference like, hey, do you think you're gonna run it more? Or you're gonna pass it more? So I still probably air it out because that was my game at that point. And I got more franchise points if I threw over 300 yards in the rain. So it's one of those. Yeah. So you do like different accomplishments that you get all those franchise points for. So they're pretty liberal with them. I get a lot of them, but it's all good. Anyway, so with the pre-order, I got 20 franchise points, and I did a franchise fantasy draft like I always do. And literally after every single pick, it said you've been awarded 20 franchise points, like for your pre-order, but they never went in. So they never went in. So I'm just like, so finally after I actually started the season, they went in, and that alert stopped coming up. But literally after every pick,
how many went in? 20 or like
20? Only 20.
1,000.
I was really hoping it'd be everybody would just be
God.
like, no, it was just
insane.
20.
That'd have been awesome.
Because that was a problem. It never went from 0 to 20.
Right.
So like it just stuck there.
Yeah.
And then if you've ever done the fantasy draft or even the regular draft, like they show like the stage, like where you're drafting, it was the same like super bright lights. And but it was white, so like there was some kind of spotlight in the middle of the screen. I'm like, I can't even see what my options are because it's completely washed out. Like, am I picking like pause draft? Am I just auto drafting right now? Like, I had to wait for it actually to rotate over to get to a point where like the light wasn't like beaming on it, so I can see what it was. And that happened like every few picks.
It's part of the momentum.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
The opposition had momentum at the draft.
Oh my god, so bad. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, I do. So those are, I think, is that all the crap I've dealt with so far with that game. Outside of it, maybe borking my whole system, or briefly borking it.
The other one I've seen, and I don't know if it's because of my.
I saw one. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's because my kicker's not that great or what it is, but when I play home games, I don't get the kick arc thing or the target at by the goalpost, so I'm just winging it. On road games, it's fine, which makes no sense.
Okay, then I have no idea because that should be
the opposite.
Yeah, it should be the opposite. B, I know, I think based on your difficulty, if it stays there or not. Like if you play on like the pro difficulty, like the arc stays there. Right. If you play on all pro, like it goes away.
It fades, yeah, which I'm used to that, but it's not there at all for home games.
I don't know.
I've missed a number of field goals at home.
So.
I'm perfect on the road, though.
My biggest gripe. So the first franchise I built, I had to cancel out because I lost. I quote unquote lost that game when I didn't lose the game. I just won't stand for that. If I lose a game, I lose a game, whatever. But if I win a game, it was a divisional game too, so that's no good.
It's one game, man.
No, it's bullshit. But what problem number 2 of that was like all the stats showed 0. So I got it's like my team didn't show up.
Credit, right? Yeah, that's garbage.
The biggest problem I had though, so they have this. I don't know if it's new or if it's just I never paid attention to it before, but they have it's like progressive fatigue. I think is what they call it. So they're very big this year on between game, things to do where you're picking your game plan, you're picking, who gets extra training time, which is obviously gives them more XP, but also gives them a little more fatigue. Right. So my second team I drafted, I picked, Christian McCaffrey number 1 because I do run a lot when I play Madden, probably more than the average person, and I mean, who better to have than Christian McCaffrey, right? And this like, so I'm in like the third or fourth game is just like, and he just keeps being subbed out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why does he keep getting subbed out? And then like the next game happens again. I'm like, okay? So I finally figured out he's like stuck at 50% fatigue, and that's because so they have the progressive fatigue piece of it.
Yeah.
You can go in and manipulate how much training people get. So like he's already at like 98, 99. So I can like dial him back. But that is locked out for some way for me, and I cannot figure out how to get that opened up. I went all over the internet to try to figure out how to get that unlocked, so I can actually like give him a week's rest.
Right.
Then I have a bye week, and he's still at 50%. I turn off the progressive thing, so now everyone's stuck where they're at. So I'm kicking the ball off. And my star running back is breathing heavy, and he's not even in the kickoff team or anything. He's breathing heavy immediately. He runs twice, slow as shit because he's tired, and then he's out of the game. And
he stops eating ribs
and then he doesn't get subbed back in either because he doesn't get back over the threshold to get subbed back in.
That's messed
up.
up.
This is why teams all work on a running back by committee.
I got J.D. McKissick in my backup, and he's pretty good, but like.
I have not had that.
But he's not Christian McCaffrey. When I
right, no, yeah.
Imagine fat Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
I'm literally like running like 2 yards at a time because he's just so slow. Like I can't get around the corners.
That's kind of crazy.
The only thing that I change in my training, which still I haven't seen that. Like I've seen players like fatigue fluctuate when you're doing like the weekly game plan.
Yeah,
I put all my training at half pads.
I don't have that option. Like it's grayed out. I can't unlock it. So I don't know if my coach. I don't know if my coach doesn't have the ability to do that. I don't know if it's one of those things. I went through all my coaching trees and there's nothing on there about training whatsoever.
That just seems like something that should just be there. Yeah.
I don't know.
Your franchise is.
Well, then I turned it off. Like I turned off like the fatigue piece of it, and everyone's just stuck where they're at now. So he's stuck at 50. Justin
weird.
Fields is stuck at like 70 something. So like he's constantly like huffing and puffing too. So I'm going to draft a third team.
I was just going to say, it sounds like it's time to start a third franchise.
Oh, darn.
I like that team.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Right? Like it's like...
My team has all the energy in the world.
It's. I don't mind I'm going to open up turning that fatigue thing off immediately until further notice. But just like, I don't mind people getting fatigued during the game, but like, what the fuck?
Justin Fields is like a young Michael Vick for me without the dog murder.
He is awesome. He is awesome in that game.
I think I have like 1,000 yards passing and 700 something rushing.
I got through game 7, I think, in my most recent franchise, and he had 15 rushing touchdowns already.
Yeah, I'm at 9.
Because I keep getting to like the 1. Keep getting not at the 1, and like a QB sneak in Madden is just like it's a money. You're getting in. There's no stopping it.
The computer like played it perfectly for me. Like the gap opened up, they had a guy there filling it. Fields dove, and the defender hurdled him.
Yeah.
Like all you do is drop to your knees and you stop him.
He fumbles a lot though, which drives me nuts.
I get out of bounds a lot with him.
Yeah. Also, I've never seen everyone on defense catches the ball better than everyone on offense.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Yeah. Like it's not even close. Like I got defensive linemen making like one-handed grabs, and I got I got Allen
Robinson dropping passes. He's wide open. Someone breathed on him.
What the hell's the guy's name? I got Lockett just like dropping passes while open downfield, just dropping. Whatever.
Good old Madden. Like the stuff that like initially bothered me enough that like I was asking Steak. I'm like the guaranteed to love it thing at GameStop. Is that every game or just certain games? And I forgot to even call them Sunday and ask. But I was upset about it because I was like, my original plan was to wait until September when I did their franchise updates and get it. I was going to get it eventually anyway, so I could choose not to play it now and just let it sit there until it's ready to be played.
Yeah, that September update is a big one with like the scouting. Like they're changing it. Like there's like a regional now and much more like it looks like more like a game. I do like the in between games stuff that they added to it. That's one more thing they're adding to it. So like the franchise stuff is getting in the right direction. I also have you ever had how the old franchise like you're like the coach like walking around your room?
Yes, I remember that in the old franchise.
Well, that's still there because it's happening in the background. Because everyone's like the first like this is 3 times now I've seen it where they go back to like the main menu screen and like they'll just blip the coach. I see him at his desk like talking on his phone, and then they'll go back to the main screen only for a second. But so they basically just put a new like
new coat of paint.
Yeah, they put a new like poster in front of it of the camera, being like, "This is
You
what
see
you
that
see
hole in
now."
the wall?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go get a poster over that.
Oh,
So all this stuff is still happening in the background I mean for whatever reason. But yeah, so it's wild. I just small incremental fixes is what I needed for that game.
They need a lot of bug fixes real soon.
Yeah, because changing the the outcome of the game, it's kind of a big one.
A little bit. And if my quarterback's gonna look like he has an Infinity Stone, I want him to have it on the goddamn field.
Yeah,
It's true.
that's the ultimate momentum.
And Fields should have it.
If I truck a defender at the goal line, I want him in the bleachers.
I want to explode.
Mutant League football.
Yeah. All right, what you playing?
Well, we just talk about Madden for half an hour.
That'll probably be the last time we talk about Madden, to be fair. First impressions all that matter in Madden.
Yeah, I mean, it's more Madden. I played Hades for a bit.
Me
In
too.
Game Pass. Because why not?
Why not?
It feels a lot like a lot of games in that genre. The kind of dungeon crawling, roguelikes, or whatever you want to call them. The only difference is you have a sword instead of a gun. The gameplay's fine. It's fun. It's the interesting thing for me is, in other games they'll have you play with a different character to get kind of a different experience. This one you have different weapons that you can buy that kind of changes up the experience, which is interesting. I wish there was more documentation for the game, because there's as you go from room to room, like all the doors have a different icon on them. And I'm feeling that's like the power up you get for going through that door or whatever.
Correct.
I don't know what they mean.
It takes a while for me to.
You'll eventually learn what all of them are. Yeah, because there's only like a good handful. Like, I mean, there's not. I'm trying to think. Once you get through like the second world, I think there's a good chance you've probably seen almost all of them. The only thing is the gods, because that's the one where those are super random.
Yeah.
Because I remember one time I was just like, wait a minute, what's this red one? And I'm like, oh, I have fire on my sword. Oh man. And that was like, I didn't see that till like almost like my 6th or 7th run.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I haven't played it all that much, so at this point I'm not quite sure where I see all the Game of the Year hubbub coming from last year. But I'll play it more. The good thing about those types of games is you can kind of jump in, do a run or two, and then stop, or you can keep playing it for hours if you want to. It's one of those things, for me, when I'm winding down at the end of the night, I'll pop this on, throw 10, 15 minutes into a run, and I'll die. All right, go to bed. You start, and you're not have to figure out like, oh, where was I in this game? You just start over. It's fine. The other thing I played was the Back 4 Blood beta demo, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's Left 4 Dead. That's what that game is. It is unapologetically Left 4 Dead.
Excellent.
Yeah,
That's what we wanted, right?
Yeah, I'm in, and it's going to be on Game Pass. Everyone, don't forget.
And so it's interesting. They have the card, kind of like a card game system in there too, where you can get cards and build decks. And as you exit the safe house each time, they give you a new card from your deck. So there is some strategy to how you want to order them. But yeah, I mean, it's Left 4 Dead. I'm not quite sure. I haven't figured out the whole. It was a beta, so I haven't figured out everything with the deck building aspect of it. But it's as you go through the campaign or whatever. I don't know if there's only one campaign. They're gonna have multiple, whatever. But so every time you go through and you get to pick a new card from your deck, like the zombies get a new card too.
Oh.
So they get whatever faster or more powerful or whatever they get. Excuse me.
We're playing on Xbox, right?
Sure. Yeah. I'll play everywhere. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Xbox.
Because I have Game Pass.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd now pay for the game too. I wanted more Left 4 Dead.
That's true. Maybe
I'm still not quite sure the finances of how Game Pass works for game companies. I'm not sure how the finances work if you're buying it from Best Buy.
Well, I think if there's any indicator recently, is Outriders.
Yes.
Yep.
Where Outriders was like, they were talking about it being like their new franchise and a new thing, and all of a sudden like they're not making a lot of money, and then they don't know where it's gonna go going forward, and just like that was Game Pass day one, so like how does that feed into this?
Yeah, the devs for that game, People Can Fly, said that the game hasn't broken even yet, so they haven't seen any of their bonuses.
Yeah,
that
they're,
they're supposed to be getting based on
the
sales of
royalties
that
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Which is really interesting because that game had millions of people playing it at launch.
but how many of those people are paying on Game Pass, and
Right,
how does that structure work, and things like that? So yeah, so that's I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird because obviously it was a bigger game and backed by Square Enix. And I think like the whole mention of breaking even is like Square Enix has to recoup their money before there's any royalty bonuses paid out. So it's interesting because you hear the smaller indie devs who are putting their games on there. They have nothing but great things to say about it, which they also don't have, probably the budget that they put Outriders, so they don't have to recoup as much money to be profitable. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting still long term what Game Pass ends up being in the long run. But that's all I've been playing.
Okay, so we talked about Madden.
Yeah.
I played Hades as well.
Yeah.
I feel very similar to you do. I once again, roguelikes are just not for me. I can't see that first room one more time. I love the characters. I love the style. Super Giant? Who makes this game? Super Giant? 'Cause Super Massive is the guys who do Man of Medan. Super Giant.
Yep.
I love Bastion. I love Bastion a lot. Transistor was really good. So it has the same kind of feel as that does. If I could just start where the last boss I finished was, I would be down for that game 1,000%. I beat the first two bosses. I got to the third one, and I was just like, that was like 40 minutes of my life. And I mean, I got some stuff to build it back up, kind of, sort of, but I didn't quite get enough to get the important stuff. So I got to like do a half run again before I can make a real run again. I was like, nah, this is not for me. Which is a complete hypocrite of me after talk about 12 minutes, how much like 12 minutes, which is the same 12 minutes over and over again.
Yeah, but you're not losing all the perks and buffs and weapons that you got and stuff like that.
And that's the key there, I think, is because like there's times because like I think the furthest I've ever made it was to the fourth world, and but I had like I was using the spear. The spear is the best. Yeah, I would say that out of all the weapons, the spear is always my favorite. I always seem to get further with that. But a couple of the other things I had too were like the perks I had were just insane. Mm-hmm. Like, so it was like, oh my God, like this combination of these like three perks is making me almost unstoppable. Almost like, because in the fourth world, you get into the poison, and that's what just destroyed me. I remember, and I haven't played it pretty much really since. I did a couple runs on Xbox just to kind of see, and I'm just like, because I do, like I said, this type of game is usually not for me. But I love the art style. I love the setting, like the scenery.
I love the characters. I love
all that kind of stuff. And I think that is the only thing that kept making me come back. I'm going to try to get back into it again on Xbox, but yeah, it's just but that's the thing. It's like it's just a matter of like luck almost of the draw too in terms of your perks and stuff.
Yeah, like I would go really far sometimes. Yeah. I would get like that. One time I got that. There's a dash in the game, and sometimes the dash can do damage. Yes. Well, I got the one that was like the Poseidon one, where like it gives damage to where you're going to, not where you're left behind. And then I got him like twice more, and I kept like leveling that. So I was at like level 5 with that thing. I'm just dashing around. I'm not even doing anything else. I'm just dashing around and doing that. And I got pretty far, but then I lost it. No. I was like, I'd never have it again.
Yep.
I would even be fine if I could just kind of pick and choose the ones I want, even if they give me back to like level 1,
right?
And all those things, I don't get all the way perked back up. But if I can at least kind of pick the way I'm playing before I get in it,
or even if like whatever, it wipes everything, but you knew a spot where you could reliably get to in the game and get that.
Right. I don't know.
That's the other thing too. It's all RNG. So what was there one time is likely not going to be there the next time you play through it.
Sure.
No bueno.
Stay away from Returnal then.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I bought and played all the way through the Pedestrian, which is a puzzle game. It's like, if you're on a street and you see a bunch of signs. Now imagine all those signs are side-scrolling puzzles where you have like laser beams and move the boxes and press the buttons and connect the wiring and things like that. But now imagine you can actually like zoom back out and rearrange where all those signs are too, so you can actually like connect the signs to it. So that all the signs have doors on them too, and then you connect the doors to the other signs so you can walk back and forth between the different signs and do that.
You broke my brain.
It's when you get so like this game does that same thing. Like what's the other puzzle game I just recently played? Manifold Garden. It does a really good job of just like incrementally, slowly teaching you things and building up 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 until you get to like, okay, I got to do 9 different things here. And I got to one where it was like, I don't know. Like I stared at this thing like mouth, drooling coming out of my mouth. It was like, I don't know what you want me to do here. It's very the way they put the levels together is super clever. Like they would you would go like there'd be like a subway sign. You go onto the subway sign, which gets you onto the subway train. You would put a code in, and the subway would go, and you would go back out the same way you came in, but you're in a new place now. So like one time I'd be like on a campus, and then there's like a centralized sign with like 4 or 5 different ways I can go out, and each time I'm bringing a new piece back. So I'm basically I'm building a little like mechanism the whole way. But like when you get to those last couple ones, it's just like I gotta do so many different things, and that sometimes it's time based, sometimes it's logic based, sometimes it is just order of operations, sometimes it's just like I think this is right and I'm gonna make this happen. It really kind of goes into it, and then the very end of it changes everything. Yeah. Everything gets changed at the end. But I did really like it. It was very pretty. The backgrounds were very high resolution, high render. It was a PlayStation 5 version of the game. Like surprisingly so, like way more than it needed to be, honestly. One step back from Madden 22 on PlayStation 5, and I'm assuming Xbox Series X. They do give you the option for the resolution of performance. Performance actually does run very, very well. And then last but not least, I did play all the way through Last Stop. You and I talked about that. Steak and I talked about that last time. I did finish it. You did finish it too, right? Okay. I'm going to spoil Last Stop if you haven't played it yet. It's on Game Pass, so go play it.
Why not?
Yeah, there's no way to not talk about this and not spoil it.
Right. So, I mean, before I spoil it, it's like I liked it somewhat. I didn't love it. So you play as 3 different characters, 3 completely separate storylines, all kind of set around a kind of science fiction-y thing. There's chapters. Chapters are pretty short. Chapters are like 15 minutes for each one.
Some of them even shorter than that.
Some of them even shorter than that. And then at the very last final chapter, all the stories kind of merge together and everyone kind of meets up in one spot. I was down for a couple of those stories. Some of them was just like, whatever. Let's just find out what's going on here. It was much more adult than I thought it was going to be.
The Freaky Friday one was... That whole story was just not... I was waiting for like that... like punch, and it never came. I was just like, okay, I guess maybe next episode.
Yeah,
maybe next episode.
It was mostly comic relief.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that great.
Yeah,
the daughter was great.
Yeah, the daughter was great.
She was awesome, but the 2 guys were just lame.
Yeah, they have these 2 guys get their brain switched. One guy's like a video game developer. The other guy's like just a dad, like a single dad. The middle story is this woman. She's working for some secret agency, and she's really sneaking around, also cheating on her husband. So she's sneaking pretty much in every aspect of her life. And then the third one is this group of teenagers. They come across like kind of a mysterious guy. They follow him into a pool, and then they don't know exactly what's going on, and they're filming him while he's going into the pool. And all of a sudden, he's like green rays are coming out of his body, and it gets kind of supernatural. They book it. The guy sees him, chases him down. And then when the girl wallops the guy over the head, and they've now tied this guy up in this pool, and they're basically keeping him captive. So you're following. Those are the 3 stories that are there, and they play out. So I won't get to the spoiler part of this. So I think this is going to determine a lot of how I ultimately feel about the game. I feel like okay. So I don't mind. Choice. Okay, I am officially spoiling this game. All right, 3, 2, 1. You've
been warned.
Spoiling.
If you don't want to hear it, fast forward 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. I don't mind. Obviously, don't mind the story-based games. Like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of action in this game, and honestly, I feel like all my button pushes didn't make a difference anyway. Like, I feel
most of them probably
like
didn't.
pressing the left bumper and right bumper to run.
And stuff.
I feel like if I didn't press anything, I think it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But like I also feel like my choices didn't matter. So let me ask you how you finalize this thing. So like you get to the end. So
what did I do?
So they, they're on trial, right?
Yep.
All 3 people are on trial for killing. They end up killing the guy that was being held captive because he's a jagoff.
Yep.
And they escape through that portal. All 3 of them.
Yeah. And then you got that's right. Yep. And then you got a final decision to make. For
And
all
you have
three.
two choices to make for all three
Yeah.
of them. Okay, so that's literally the only choice you make is the very end.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much because any other options I think are just it's just text options. It's not like played out options. It's more just like the person you're talking to's response. And that's it.
Yeah, do you want to say yeah or uh-huh? Like,
Some of those
like
were
for real.
stupid. Yeah. Some of them you thought more about, but then you would say something, and the response you get back would be like, "Is that? I don't know if that really connects with what I just said, though. Technically,
yeah.
So it's like, so I don't think the game. I think the game wanted me to pick an option that I didn't pick, but it still played out anyways. Like it started to kind of feel like sometimes, during some of the conversations.
100%.
Yeah.
So okay. Did you choose?
So let's see. What did I do? I think I. Oh my god! I'm trying to. I gotta try to remember now.
Okay, so the choice for the two guys were like, do you want to go back into your body? Because you want to switch bodies because the guy has a heart attack. So he's like, if you switch bodies, like you might die,
right?
And then your daughter might be an orphan, or do you want to stay?
That's right. I did not switch.
Okay.
So I stayed as the young guy.
Okay.
I kept my mind in the young guy. Yep.
Okay. I did the opposite.
Okay.
And it didn't make a difference.
Okay.
You pull through.
Oh, jeez.
You're just in a wheelchair now, but you're fine and you're alive. So your daughter's not an orphan.
Well, that's. I mean, it's sound dark, but that's kind of disappointing.
No,
Like, that's kind of why I stayed as the young guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I ended up switching over in the hopes I might just be, conscious long enough to be like, this guy's getting ownership of my daughter. Because like, if I die, and like that was the thing in the game is just like, you're gonna orphan this girl because they're gonna go to social services because mom's already dead, dad's now dead.
Right.
This new guy is literally just like a Joe Schmo that they kind of as like a neighbor more than anything else. Okay. Then for the
woman, spy woman, I kept quiet. I kept to myself.
No, I turned that fucker in.
Nice.
I turned that fucker in and went to prison. You go to prison if you do that.
Okay.
But you go to prison, but like your husband and son come and meet you and everyone's happy.
Okay.
So I don't know how long I'm in prison for, but everyone's happy.
Okay.
So what happened? Do you know what happens with the other one? Or you just like continue.
I'm trying to remember. I think honestly it was one of those like. What was it? I think he turns on you.
Right, because he kind of did before then.
Yeah, and I think he still turned you in, if I'm not mistaken. Like at that point, I can't remember. This was a while ago now. I wish I could.
Yeah.
I wish I should have refreshed. I forgot.
No, that's all right. And then
what was the choices for the teenager?
Okay, so the guy, the demon guy comes back as kind of like a ghost and like, all right.
Right.
So like your two choices, because he kills like everyone you know.
Right.
In this story, like he kills your friend, your mother, your sister, like everyone you know he's killed.
Yep.
So like you can bring them all back, but once you die, like you're with me forever.
That's
you have an attorney with me.
That's right. That was the option I picked.
Everyone stays dead and I leave you alone forever.
Yeah, I picked the option of everyone comes back to life.
We picked complete opposite.
Awesome.
I was just like, no, I'm not. I'd rather not spend eternity with you, dickhead. So, yeah, the story ends with like you kind of getting like you like clean your apartment up, and you go back to school.
All right. This one, like everyone does come back, like, and then like, but it's like as if they've never been gone.
Okay.
Like it was like that kind of feeling, like and
So,
then you got this mark on you that he leaves on you, basically.
Okay. So I mean, honestly, everything kind of came down to the last like choice of the game to get like everything else kind of really didn't matter. So, I don't know.
I love the concept of the game. I think they could just. Yeah, I think they got to plan it out better.
I actually I like the short chapters too.
I love the short chapters. I love the style of the game.
And you can play them in any order. Like,
yep.
I like that too.
Yep. So I just think they just need to work out the stories better and maybe add some actual gameplay elements too, like a little bit more than just like. Yeah. It basically for the most part was just a graphic novel, like a visual novel with like a couple. Here, like you said though, but I have a feeling that even if you didn't do it, you would have been fine. Yeah. Like that's the kind of the vibe I got it from that.
I'd rather have him have like 5 stories, but then like not all 5 make it to the end, and
or something.
And then the last chapter is dependent on like who's still around.
Yeah, that could be pretty cool. But I don't know. I would like to see if they decided to continue this as because they did kind of leave it open ended at the end. I think it would be kind of cool. They could potentially still continue. I would check it out. I check it out another
agree.
one just to see what if they make it better,
Especially if it's on Game
improve
Pass.
stuff, especially if it's on Game Pass.
Why not?
Exactly. All right. We've talked a lot.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. So there's one thing from the last episode I wanted to get back to.
Ooh.
You guys started talking about the PS5 SSD upgrade thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to wait till I was here to talk more about it.
Yes.
So my thoughts on it. My thoughts are, I don't think it's as big of a deal as everyone's making it out to be.
Yeah.
The only reason everyone's making it out to be as big of a deal is because Xboxes is so simple. To alleviate some of that, I think Sony should be doing like a certified approved list of SSDs that work for this. The reason I say it's not that big of a deal is in the PS4 you could swap out your hard drive, and tons of people did that and nobody had a fucking complaint. This is actually easier than that because you're not pulling out the initial hard drive.
I'm going to say
every
this is actually
4
easier now.
Yeah. The only kind of gray area in it is that people are kind of picking and guessing at what SSDs work. Look on Twitter, find Mark Cerny's name, and just buy the one that he's using.
That's very logical.
I think it's been posted before. I think he's using a Western Digital drive.
Yeah.
That's sold out everywhere, by the way.
Oh.
Of course.
Save yourself some trouble. Buy one with a heat sink already installed, even if it's $20 more. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. It's just it's only so big of a deal because Xboxes is so simple.
Mm-hmm.
As far as people having sticker shock, that's what SSD prices are. That's why the Xbox One costs so much to start with. Yeah, I don't think it's as big of a deal as everyone's crying about and making it out to be.
Seems about normal. All right. Steak was coming out next couple weeks.
All right, this will be quick. August 27th, No More Heroes 3 is arriving for the Nintendo Switch. On September 3rd, The Medium is making its way over to PS5. Yeah. And on September 7th, Sonic Colors for PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox. And on that date, it will be, they just announced it'll be digital only. They're having issues with the production of the physical. Okay. So that's getting delayed. Game? Sonic Colors, that was a game it came out during like the 360 era. It's being remade. It's actually, I've heard, pretty decent. Stuff that's come to Game Pass over the last couple of weeks. Humankind for PC, Need for Speed Heat on cloud, Star Wars Battlefront 2 cloud, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order cloud, Recompile for cloud console, Xbox Series X, S only, and PC. Train Sim World 2 cloud console and PC, 12 minutes. Psychonauts 2 just came today. That is on my list to play. It's been getting fantastic reviews. And Myst on cloud console and PC. Yeah.
I think you said the original guide for Myst somewhere.
Oh, man, I remember playing on my buddy Adam's super old Mac. We played the very first one. Oh, you click something, it would take like 5 minutes to load the next screen.
Yep.
Then the last couple other things after QuakeCon. They came out with a Quake Enhanced Edition of the very first Quake. It is on console, PC, and cloud to play that on Game Pass. And Quake 2 and Quake 3 are also available for PC. I did load that up very, very quickly. Yeah, it's like if you were playing that Doom 64. It looks very sharp and clean. It runs super fast. I feel like I'm playing like at 120 frames per second, like I'm an old game. Like how it's just running so fast. But yeah, it's cool. That's something that I'll just pop on every once in a while.
Very cool. Yeah, extra.
It's time for some news.
The news.
Crap. Close out the screen.
Crap news.
Crap news. Here we go. So after it was leaked, Activision finally announced and confirmed the next Call of Duty game is Call of Duty Vanguard. Release date will be November 5th. Their description for the game is witness the origins of Special Forces in a gripping campaign, become a Special Forces operator in adrenaline-fueled online multiplayer, experience a universe-expanding zombie crossover, featuring full integration with Warzone, including a brand new map coming later this year. And the first line of the next paragraph is, this is World War II combat like never before. So, hey, going back to World War II.
So
never before in World War II.
Like never before. Do you know the hook of the campaign for this one is?
No.
Okay, so they're doing another alternate history deal where like this is happening after Hitler has killed himself in the bunker. and the Germans are trying to put a new person in power. Like, obviously, this is the point where it obviously never happened.
Yeah.
The Germans have found a new person they're trying to put into power, and the special force groups are trying to go into all three fronts of the World War II to basically stop that from happening. So, alternate history stuff kind of cool.
I like alternate history. However, if you want the best World War II alternate history, go play Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm not geeked up for this one yet.
I could not care less. Wait,
You could not care
I could
less.
not, yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Okay.
If you could care less, then you could. Like, I could care less, but I don't.
I couldn't care less. I'm more interested in Battlefield coming around that time.
Battlefield looks good. We just talked for Back 4 Blood.
Yep.
There's another shooter I'm interested in.
There's only so many shooters I can handle at once, and I outside of the campaign, I really don't like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Stop. You guys are both buying Call of Duty day one.
No,
You know
I
it.
usually don't
You-
buy. I usually
you-
don't
you-
buy day one.
What was the one? Was it this 2 years ago? And then you guys both bought it the day of. Was that Black Ops 4?
The Black Ops 4 I bought because they were all nuts about it, and I just happened to come across it used like literally 2 days after it came out. There's a GameStop already used.
Because I remember hearing that this is. I'm getting deja vu. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I get sucked in when the people I play games with at night buy stuff, and then
Yeah.
I can either
sure.
buy the game and play with them or sit in silence and sadness in my basement.
So you didn't buy Alien Fire Team yet?
I completely forgot that
I
game
didn't-
came out. To be
I
honest,
I didn't know it was coming out until a week ago. I don't like third-person shooters.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Well, it's only $40, and it's actually been getting pretty decent reviews. Actually,
I don't like third-person shooters.
fair enough. I'm just surprised Vegas hasn't been like, dude, come on.
He doesn't have his PlayStation right now either.
Oh, that's right.
Actually, I have Vegas' PlayStation 4.
Oh,
I had to decode it before I brought it to my house. But
Does he have an Xbox?
does he have
Yeah.
an Xbox? No.
no, he had an Xbox One
Okay.
before, but yeah, then everyone went.
We just need
PlayStation.
4 people to get for Back 4 Blood. That's all I really care about. At this point.
Yeah.
Is there crossplay?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be crossplay.
I
No.
don't know.
Then we'll be fine.
The big question is there game chat? In the
Probably
crossplay?
not.
Well,
Or how do you invite?
I don't know. Discord.
there's
Oh,
the
well,
game,
yeah.
No, the game has its own like account system.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like how there's the Activision accounts for Call
Right.
of Duty. And,
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
yeah,
Yeah.
the only way I'll get that game is if everyone else I play games with at night gets it.
So you're
I
getting
have
it.
no intention on getting it. I'm hoping. I think Battlefield comes out a few weeks before that, and hopefully
Yeah.
everyone will just be sucked into that. Fingers crossed.
Come on,
I
Battlefield.
was asking for Back 4 Blood, but I was also, I mean, Vegas was huge in Halo and stuff like that. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
He might. I'll say this. I'll say he
I can
might
give the push.
get the Xbox
Anyway.
soon.
Okay, next news story. Xbox has ruled out Game Pass on other consoles in the near future. This is from Tom Ivan at Video Games Chronicle. I caught you doing the name and website last time. Good job.
Hey.
Xbox boss Phil Spencer has ruled out the possibility of launching Game Pass on other console platforms in the near future. The direct quote is, "We have no plans to bring it to any other kind of closed platform right now, mainly because those closed platforms don't want something like Game Pass."
So Nintendo said no, and PlayStation said, "Get the fuck out of my office."
Yeah.
Pretty much.
PlayStation said, "Cool, but you got to pay us to put it on our
Yeah.
system."
Yeah.
We get 30% of what?
I'm kind of
30%.
I'm still kind of surprised Nintendo's just because they've been having that working relationship. But I wonder if it was like maybe we don't want. It was one of those where they probably thought about it. Then they're like, "Can this backfire?" Though?
I think-
like,
It wouldn't surprise me if it was like, "Hey, we want to do this," and they're like, "Cool, we want you to make your first-party games available in Game Pass on your system," and they're like, "No, we don't discount our first-party
Yeah.
games." Go fuck
I
yourself."
bet it has something. Because remember, like, Nintendo Switch does have some cloud-based
Right.
shit. Like, I don't know, I bet whoever runs that for them, there's some kind of like weird compete like thing that they can't do the cloud piece of it, and Xbox probably only want to do the cloud of it because, and we're gonna talk about that here in a minute, but like they're expanding to like their cloud to go on consoles now.
right.
So, like, I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of contractual like BS on that. Like, well, it's not necessarily Game Pass, but the cloud piece of it on Switch would make a ton of sense.
Yeah.
'Cause using an internet connection, and then you can use your Game Pass stuff you pay for or don't pay for yet. Or if I only have it, again, that could be a whole new revenue stream for Microsoft to do that. But I bet there's some tomfoolery going on with their other terrible streaming stuff that they do.
Yeah.
They probably get more of the money for the stuff they sell on their streaming thing.
Blah.
They're probably concerned about Game Pass taking away third-party game sales from them.
I assume that would be somewhere in the thing if they wanted to do it, but
even still, I'm not
but
sure.
But they're not.
that
I mean, they're not
whatever
even,
cut they get of those third-party games, it's not going to be remotely close to what they get from selling a game.
Also, but like
They would get more players. I mean,
how many third-party games are on Switch and on Game Pass?
I don't know.
It can't be many. Like honestly, like
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I spend 0 time in the Nintendo eShop, so I couldn't tell you.
I also don't know where my Switch is. So, all right,
Oh,
Gamescom.
wait, hang on. One more news.
Gamescom.
One more story. I already took one
But
punch.
before we go,
I already took one punch
one
to the face
more
today.
thing.
You think I don't take one from you? Halo Infinite will not have co-op campaign and Forge at launch. This is from Matt Brown from Windows Central. The bullet points here. Halo Infinite will no longer launch with a cooperative campaign and the Forge level editor. Microsoft announced on Friday, which I think this was last Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, August 20th.
Yep.
The modes, once expected to launch alongside the title this fall, will be introduced via free updates in 2022. Microsoft expects to deliver co-op campaign support 3 months after release, while Forge is slated for 6 months post-launch. Halo Infinite is expected to release later in 2021 on Xbox consoles and PC, although a formal release date still hasn't been confirmed.
That's a lie.
Hold on for that. Again, this is as of the 20th.
Hang on.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Go ahead.
You gotta say honestly, Forge. Okay, I mean,
Yeah,
not a. I mean, sure, it's a bummer, but not a huge deal. Honestly, when it comes to that, the co-op. I mean, that's a huge deal.
Yeah,
That's always been all. That's what Halo's been about.
This also
is the co-op.
This also feels like a 343 president, whoever that was, like, all right, who's working on Forge? Who's working on co-op? All right, all you guys get off that shit and get on
Let's go.
campaign and multiplayer, because that's got to get done for the holiday season.
Right. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, but that's still like that's co-op campaign is Halo. Like that's part of. It's a big part of Halo.
That, and then people going through and doing it with the difficulty buffs on
right,
there, and doing the lasso mode if they really want to hate themselves.
And I mean, people will do it 3 months down the line. Sure, they'll do it again. Like the hardcore Halo people will, but like someone like me, I probably won't, because like I go through the Halo campaigns once. I don't ever do them again. And usually my first run is the previous ones have been in co-op, where it makes sure you got a buddy that actually wants to watch cutscenes with me, because I don't skip cutscenes. I had one time Halo 3. I remember my one buddy I was playing with. He skipped the first cutscene. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Dude, why are we watching cutscenes?" I'm like, "Because we're playing the damn story." I'm like, if you don't want to watch the story, then go play with someone else. Like I'm telling you that right now.
I agree. That's ridiculous. I wish, man. I wish I cared more about Halo. I've tried 3 times, and like it doesn't grab. I just think I missed the original like hoopla, and now I'm just not catching up now.
I enjoy it. I'm just not one of those like crazy obsessed about. But I like to go through the campaign, and then if multiplayer, I'll usually load up multiplayer like when it first comes out, play with a couple nights with some buddies, and then probably never touch it again. Yeah. But I enjoy it.
All right, can we?
I don't see the point. No, we can't. Stop. I'm not even talking yet.
Sorry.
I don't understand like the strategy in this. Which, spoiler alert, Gamescom, they announced a release date, but I don't understand the point in putting out a unfinished game after Thanksgiving when you've already missed a good chunk of the holiday sales. Like, what's the fucking rush at that point?
It still comes out on Game Pass, I guess. But I think it comes out in 2021. I think that is really it, because it's over a year late.
Yes.
And I mean, again, spoiler alert: they're going to campaign and multiplayer coming out because all the rumors were like maybe it's the multiplayer and campaign to come later or whatever it is. So like, it's coming out in 2021, which was a year later than they thought it was going to come out. So.
They could not push it to 22. They could not.
They couldn't push it 3 more weeks?
No.
I think
they just couldn't.
It's
like,
just different.
I mean, but the thing is, like you're saying, like if they're saying that they're shooting for 3 months, I mean March, of 22, basically, if they waited to get the co-oping too, and stuff. Which I mean, again, I don't care. Again, I don't care when it comes out, and plus with Game Pass, I mean, it's not gonna sell. Because of Game Pass, you know what I mean? Because of Game Pass, it's not going to sell like it has in the past. And multiplayer being free to play too.
I don't know, man. Like, I really don't. I'm really buying in less and less to like the holiday season of video games because like games can be released any time of the year and be super successful. And it's also a super known franchise, and also this is their 20th anniversary. 2021 is the 20th anniversary.
Right.
So like that's one more reason.
Okay, that makes more sense.
They like to get like something substantial out this year is like there's so many different factors.
Throw the multiplayer out there. It's free. Who cares?
People loved it. People love that playtest. What do they call it?
Oh, people are going
The
nuts
test
for
flight.
that. Yeah, that test flight. Yeah, people are going crazy about it.
All right. Can we continue?
I guess.
All right, good.
You guys continue. I'm going to the bathroom.
You want to talk about, opening night live pre-show? I guess
Kyle
not.
Bossman.
He's already gone. All right. So opening night live, just as Jeff Keighley has a triumvirate of shows now. He has this. He's got that Summer Game Fest and Game Awards. So this is the middle one. So this is the one. This is the middle one. So they had a pre-show and they had a legit show after that. But they had ton of game announcements.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff like all over the place too. So we'll start with the I Kyle Bossman. I think this was the second year he did the pre-show. Although I found him a lot funnier this time, actually. Some of the stuff he was saying was pretty funny this time. Like, I know he's hit or miss for me. The very first announcement was showing off King of Fighters 15. There's going to be 39 fighters, and we find out that it's coming February 17th. Super pumped. I love King of Fighters. It's a classic fighting game. This one looks really good. After that, there was a game called 9 to 5. It looked like some shady, Counter-Strike.
It seems, it's like if you had like half the budget for Siege.
Yeah.
Really, because it does like the whole like the lean over thing and But like I don't know, man.
Whatever. Steam wishlist. So that's all it said. Then after that, we got a super sharp trailer. It did look really pretty.
It did.
Bus Simulator 21, September 7th. It's coming out, so you don't have to wait very long. PC, PS4, and Xbox. It seems like the simulators are back.
Well, they're also huge in Europe, like this and Train and like
Lawnmower.
Lawnmower just came out. Yes,
Power Washing is coming.
That's so good.
After that, I got a brand new trailer for House of Ashes. This is the supermassive, the third game in the trilogy. It's coming out October 22nd. And then at the end, they were flashing by so fast. I don't know why it was flashing by so fast, but they have a collector's edition that showed the monster really quick that's in the game. So that's kind of a weird spoiler to do. Because like they teased the monster in the trailer, but then they just showed, here's a statue of the monster.
Yeah.
And then I guess they are going to have some type of trilogy package as well. But like I said, again, I didn't catch it. It went by. I don't know why. Again,
neither did I.
It went by so fast. But they're going to have some kind of trilogy package where you could buy all 3 games, which is cool.
Yeah, it's the first one I was kind of lukewarm. I liked, didn't love. The second one I actually just bought. I got like super.
Nice.
I got super cheap at there's like a GameStop deal with and plus credits plus like whatever. So I got the game super cheap. I haven't played it yet though.
After that, we got some kind of like horror kind of type game, Dolmen, coming in 2022 for Xbox, PS4, and PS5. Looked kind of interesting just from the little bit. After that, we got a look at Drinkbox's next game, Nobody Saves the World. It's coming in early 22 for Xbox, PC, and it will be coming to Game Pass.
Yep.
It is roguelike.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
After that,
you check it out.
It's on Game Pass. Why not?
Exactly.
There you go.
I'm going to play right into the alley.
I got a trailer for a game called Soundfall. It's coming to PC and consoles. This was like a rhythm combat game. Kind of remind me of the Cryptomancer that's on the Switch.
Oh, Dance to the Cryptomancer or something like that?
But more 3D, obviously, not like
very bright,
but very
3D and bright.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked okay.
Yeah, I agree.
If it comes to Game Pass. And then after that, we got a quick little teaser trailer for a game called Dream Cycle. It's from the creator of Tomb Raider, and it's hitting early access on Steam on September 7th.
Yeah, that looked pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah.
That looked very, like, there was something about that one, too. Like, it felt like that was going to be some kind of procedurally generated thing, because it just felt like it was, like, changing as you went, or there's something else going on with that, but yeah, that looked pretty interesting, too.
Yeah. I don't know. Anytime I see early access, though, that kind of just, like, it kind of deteriorates. Like, I don't know. Those games just seem never... A lot of them don't work out. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It just seems like they fall... Like, I mean, look at, like, I mean, I think like We Happy Few kicked that off. You know, with the early access.
Man.
So that was the end of the pre-show. So we jump into the actual real show. We start off with a bang. Saints Row is back and rebooted. It's coming February 25th. So it's coming pretty soon as well. Cool.
That looks very cool.
Trailer looked cool. Looked fun.
I'm interested because I like the over-the-topness of Saints Row compared to Grand Theft Auto. Plus, I'm dying for a game like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the main characters they showed all looked like hipster douchebags, though.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know, but like they showed a little bit, like they showed like the quick moving gameplay, like it's just quick snips, everything. It's like you're in helicopters and driving cars, and I don't know, everything looked very like it looks like just the world's exploding around you, and it looked very cool.
My favorite Saints Row is the third one, and it's because it's so over the top. Some people hate it because of that, and they prefer the first two. So for me, I loved it. The people who hated 3 and 4 are online complaining that they hate what they showed to this one too. So.
So it should be fun then.
Well, 3 is the most popular one. Like
I think those people just need to deal with it. That's what that franchise is now.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, you can't compete with GTA.
Right, and that's what they were trying to do with the first two.
Right.
The first 2, they were trying to be GTA clones.
Yep.
And then with 3, they're like, okay, we're going to go a different direction where we're, fighting on planes and you're on top of a building with rocket launchers shooting down at tanks, and it's just so ridiculous.
And it took off.
Then there were zombies in the third one at some point.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like that?
I will say I did enjoy Saints Row 2 though. I still did like that one. But I prefer. Yeah, it got better. The over 3 is just fantastic.
I tried 1 years ago and didn't like it. I tried 2 after I'd played 3, and because of that, it just didn't click for me.
Yeah,
because,
no, that makes you can't.
I played 3, and this is my expectation now. Now I'm going to go backwards, and this is not that at all.
Yeah, for sure. So after that, we got a trailer for our next Marvel game, Marvel Midnight Suns. It's being developed by 2K. It is coming in March 2022. The trailer was awesome.
Yeah.
Super, super pumped. However, it is a tactical RPG.
Yes, made by the guys who do XCOM.
Yep. That was the first thing I saw was Marvel game title, 2K, and the developers, which are Firaxis.
Yeah.
Which, they do XCOM. So I'm super interested because I like those games.
But it has Blade. Wait, yes, it has Blade. It has
And Wolverine.
and Ghost Rider.
And Ghost Rider.
Those are awesome, by the way.
Maybe that's what that
Doctor
Justice League
Strange.
Pictures was. He's turning into Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah. Ooh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm okay with that.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see more. Obviously, I want to see the actual how it actually plays out.
Yeah, I think next week they said they're going to have the gameplay reveal. So I do want to see, I'm hoping, being that it is Marvel, that they're going to make it kind of not technical RPG, but still playable. You know what I mean?
Technical RPGs are perfectly playable. Thank you.
Well, not for me. But I would say playable was the wrong word.
Accessible.
Accessible. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Because like that Final Fantasy Dark Souls kind of game, they are going to have difficult settings and stuff like that. So if you're not a Souls into that hard difficulty, you're going to be able to still play it because we still want to alienate all of our Final Fantasy fans.
Right.
We're here. I'm kind of I'm hoping there's something like that. We don't want to alienate all the Marvel people who don't like these type of games, or you know what I mean, or just not. I think it's just I'm not good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sit there and figure out a grade system.
But they seem to be diving really deep into the characters there too, and they have a new character they created for it, which is neat.
Right.
With the help of Marvel, which is it was a must.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's it's like I said, I'm interested to see how it actually plays and how into the minutia they're going to get into this tactical piece of it.
The trailer looked fantastic.
Yeah.
However, it was all CGI and no gameplay.
Yes,
So
exactly.
Right. Characters and story wise,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
it looked visually great.
Right. Yeah.
Why don't you show what the gameplay looks like?
Then after that, we got an extended look at Call of Duty Vanguard, the campaign, coming on November 5th.
It looked very pretty.
Yeah.
It looked hectic like they always do.
Yep.
Yeah, they're using the same engine they used for the Modern Warfare remake, so I'm sure it looks great.
It does.
I shouldn't say I have no interest. Maybe when it's on sale for $20 before next year's Call of Duty comes out, then maybe I'll be interested in it to play the campaign.
I mean, Call of Duties don't drop in price very often, though.
Surprisingly,
man.
lately they don't now. No.
I think they're Nintendo.
Well, it's funny. They don't drop in ton. They do drop in price, but not you can't find it for $10 or anything like that ever.
Right.
But then Black Ops 3 and 4 both came to PlayStation Plus, so who knows?
Let's see here. So then after that, we got into the Halo stuff. So Halo Infinite, they did announce that the multiplayer and campaign will be coming on December 8th. Then after that, they showed off a Halo Infinite Elite Series 2 controller. You're available for pre-order now. I don't know if they're still out there, but they were.
doubt it.
They were. Yeah, I was saying they gone now.
I think that looked really cool.
It looked
Really cool. I'm not sure it looked $200 cool. But
I would agree.
No.
I'm not going to buy one,
No.
but it looked very cool.
Yeah. And then we also are getting our first limited edition Series X system, the Halo Infinite Series X.
They're all limited edition because nobody can find them anywhere.
Once again, pre-order now. I'm pretty sure those pre-orders are gone by now. But I heard they were actually around for, like, it wasn't like a heart. They were around for a little while.
I had one in cart.
Okay.
With the thoughts of scalping it, and I'm like, this isn't worth the effort.
Yeah. $549.90, so $50 more though for it.
Yeah.
And that is coming on November 15th. But that does include a game download, a code for the game on for December. That system, honestly, both of these, the Series 2 controller and the Series X, I'm glad I like Halo, but I'm not a nut because they both look awesome. Like, even the system looks really awesome.
It did look really good, but I enjoy my black box under my TV.
Yeah.
And I'm not into Halo, so.
I mean, I'm sure, like I said, the controller I thought looked awesome. The system I didn't get because I'm not super into Halo. Like, it honestly looked more like something straight out of, like, Deus Ex Mankind Divided more than it did out of Halo. But I don't know also what I'm looking at, so I'm probably an idiot. I don't know.
I think it's just designed kind of around, like, the general environment of, like, the interior environments in Halo.
Pretty much, yeah.
But the Xbox One that they had was designed similar.
Yeah. After that, we got a trailer for an interesting game called Cult of the Lamb coming in 2022. That looked pretty wild, cute, and demonic.
Is that by the same people who did Binding of Isaac? Because it looked a lot like Binding of Isaac.
Like it.
What was the name again? Cult of the Lamb.
Cult
of the Lamb.
Yeah, check that out.
Super...
It totally did.
Yeah, this lamb gets sacrificed, and then like a demon save it and send it back, and then he whomps ass, and then all these other cute characters start like worshiping him, and you're like doing these rogue again. I don't know if it's roguelike. I think it's roguelike.
I think it is.
Dungeons. Yeah. But then you're also like building your community building your community. I'm talking about like your cult community, building like statues to you and shit like that, and sacrificing bodies.
Shocker! It's a Devolver Digital game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, left that part out. But yeah, man, again, roguelike, not for me, but it looked cool.
Yeah. After that, they showed off a new trailer. This was teased last year. Midnight Fight Express. This is being made by one guy in Poland. It's coming summer 2022 for consoles, PC, and will be coming to Game Pass.
That blows my mind. Because there's a lot going on. If you look at the trailer, there's so much fighting going on. Yeah. It is not quite as frantic as we're going to talk about Sifu in a minute, but as Sifu, but it felt like more like an asymmetric version of that with guns. Yeah. So like it didn't have as much hand-to-hand combat, but you added the guns. But even the guns are like the gun fu, like kicking and shooting at the same time, and environments like you can choke slam a guy into a toilet and it explodes. Like it's pretty wild.
Yeah,
it looks very cool.
Over the top. Yeah, that'll be fun to play, especially Game Pass. I'll definitely be playing that. After that, we got a brand new trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. It's still looking amazing. Yes. Fortunately, it's coming in 2022. Yep. But for the first time, April will be playable.
Yeah, very cool.
So that's kind of neat. I'm kind of hoping maybe now since April's playable, maybe we'll get Casey as well.
I really thought that's where we were going with it, like a new playable character. But yeah, I mean,
that doesn't fulfill any representation needs.
Well, that's true. But like ultimately, but her moves look pretty cool. Like she's swinging a camera around and hitting people with a microphone, and just fun stuff like that.
The team up moves were cool as hell. Reviving a pizza.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Which is kind of interesting because like usually you can't revive anybody in beat 'em ups at all. Right. So like that's kind of something new.
I mean. After what this developer did with Streets of Rage 4, I'm pumped. Like I take as much time as you need. I wish it was this year, but yeah, take as much time as you need. I'm ready whenever that comes out.
Amen.
And hopefully someone will be doing a limited run physical of that, like a collector. I will be all over that. After that, we got a little trailer for Demon Slayer: The Hinoka Chronicles coming October 15th.
Yep, I don't want to talk about the game ever again. They're ruining my birthday with that game.
And then, oh god, this game. I wasn't gonna buy this game, but now I'm gonna have to, just for everything they've been showing off. I haven't played a game in this series in a while, but I used to actually enjoy it. Super Monkey Ball, Banana Mania, is coming October 5th. They just showed off that Morgana from Persona 5 is gonna be a playable character, and they announced earlier, I think it was last week or earlier this week, that Kiryu from Yakuza is gonna be a playable character, and I'm like, god damn it.
I didn't understand what this game was until they showed it today. So there's like they're playing tennis, they're doing bowling, they have like mini games. Excuse me. It's like if they took like all like the Mario games from the last like 2 years and they had like a really like trimmed down version of it. Like they had the Mario Tennis and Super Mario Party and Mario Golf, and I don't know, maybe he bowled at some point. But like,
can they make Mario Golf just Mario Golf?
Tell me about it. God.
Make it one of those converters. Make it one of those converters to hook my N64 up to my TV.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I have
do you ever buy Everybody's Golf?
Yeah. Why don't we came out?
Same thing.
I can't play Donkey Kong in that game.
Sure. Also, okay, I've been thinking about this. I don't know why. What Mario Golf game had the mini golf in it too? Was that 64 or was that GameCube?
I don't think it was 64.
I don't think it was 60. I want to say GameCube.
Okay, whatever one that was, I played the
GameCube.
bejesus out of.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You have a GameCube.
I do. I have that game.
Oh, okay.
I just haven't plugged it in. I mean, I haven't popped the game in.
Okay.
No, the GameCube is ready to rock and roll whenever I'm ready to rock and roll.
I'm gonna start randomly stopping by your house and just go walking past everyone in your room. Turn the power button on, make sure it's plugged in. Turn it off. Leave.
I don't have like the super fancy, up converter for it, but it is hooked up to an HDMI at this point. I got like the chintzy like converter. I didn't get like the $150 like pop onto the back.
There is like $100 thing for the N64 that like you literally just plug into the back like where the power went and the power feeds into
that's what I had with the GameCube too.
Mm-hmm.
and it like smooths out the edges.
Oh yeah. It's expensive, but I hear it's worth it, though. I hear it's pretty awesome.
I say when I was moving, I found my N64 and all the games I didn't know I had that I apparently bought off Myke and his brother. Got Mario Golf. I got No Mercy.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other shit in there I got from you guys. I know which ones I got from you guys because they're in the boxes. Mine I put in like the plastic like.
Oh yeah. So I'm buying that game now. God damn it. It's only $40, so. After that, there was a trailer for Splitgate. This, I guess it's been popular lately. I've never seen it personally before, but it's an arena shooter meets Portal.
Yep.
It looks freaking wild.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I saw a video of it. I saw Portal and I was really interested, and then I read more about it and I was suddenly not interested.
That's I don't know, man. If I feel like I would just be dead all the time now at this point. So I'm good.
Fair enough. They showed off Season 0, and it's available now. Where did I go with this? Here we go. No, I did this the old-fashioned way. Pad of paper. Had to find this.
That's how he was living in the fucking Stone Age.
I know. No, this is like from my work. Like, yeah, this is super old.
Oh man!
Look what I got. Was it?
Maybe the same ones.
I don't know.
I got
fantasy football notes. Steal them.
Yeah. After that, we got a brand new trailer for Riders Republic. I guess there's a beta going on, and it's open for everyone now until August 28th. Like, who is gonna buy this game?
People bought Steep.
Yeah.
I guess.
Which I don't think was many.
If that's the thing, it reviewed well, but it didn't sell great. But I don't know. That's just to me I don't see that many people playing this.
I would agree. I don't know. Like it seems.
I keep forgetting about it.
It seems like a super high budget game.
Yes,
and
it does.
I feel like that. I don't know.
Every time I hear Riders Republic, I think Sunset Riders, and they're not at all the same. One of those is a good game, and the other one I have no interest in.
Yeah. After that, I got some kind of trailer for something called UFL. It's a free-to-play soccer game, basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're fighting Madden. Not Madden, FIFA.
Yep. After that, we finally got a brand new trailer for Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. It still exists. It's still coming, but maybe spring 22.
Put the goddamn game out already so I can buy it for my kid.
It looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. It looks good.
I mean, they're always fun. Those games are never bad.
Yeah.
But like this, like you could tell though, like it's not your typical Lego formula. Like it's like more of like an action game and like all this other stuff. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's still going to have like a lot of this, like some of the Lego aspects, but it does feel like they're at least changing the model.
The fighter pilot stuff, like the space, dog fighting looked stupidly good. Like way too good.
Yeah, it did.
Hopefully simple enough for a 7-year-old to figure out.
Well, considering it's Lego, I think it still will be.
Yeah. You ever get Lego Undercover? You should get that one. It's GTA Lego.
For me or him?
Both. You can play. I think you can play split screen on that too.
I think so. Yeah.
It's super fun. It's always super cheap too. It's like $4 or $5.
Oh, I was like just the other day. I think like a couple weeks ago, it was like $5 on Switch.
And you can laugh at like the Columbo references that he's not going to get.
Yeah.
Playing the Lego games with him is frustrating because like I want to play the game and like get through the story.
Yeah.
And he wants to kill me.
Yeah. Fair enough.
After the third time I put the controller on, I'm like, we play the fucking game. Because if not, I'll go upstairs and play something else.
Right. After that, we got a quick little thing about synced off planet. There's more coming.
Yeah.
That's basically all it said. It was like, there's more coming. I don't know. It was very, very quick.
It was a re-reveal, and it didn't reveal much.
Nope.
So, whatever.
Then we finally got like a true... I think this might be the first real trailer for this game, the Outlast Trials. So it's from the Outlast, from Red Barrel's Outlast games 1 and 2. This one's more of a... They did confirm you can go through it solo.
You're riding dirt bikes up those courses?
Yeah, right. You will be able to go through these solo, or like it's meant for co-op, like more of a co-op type deal. But you will be able to go through these solo. Coming in 2022, look pretty wild. Then there was one game showed up. It's from a Korean developer, DoKV. I have no fucking clue what this was. It was like a Second Life meets Pokemon meets something else, but God, was it gorgeous.
That game, that trailer blew my pants off.
I could not believe it.
Time out. Have you played the Pokemon MOBA?
No. I am not playing Unite.
Why not?
No.
It's Pokemon.
So, yeah, this was... I think this is such a fever dream of like a trailer they showed for this game that just kept going and going and getting
and you
nuttier
kept doing
and
new
nuttier and
things.
nuttier. It really felt like the way in my brain is just like, I think like, I don't remember doing this when I was a very young kid, but I feel like this is what I was imagining in my brain when I was playing with the action figures, like what was happening on that screen. You know what I mean? Just all these crazy things over the top. I'm jumping. Oh, I'm flying. I'm picking them up. Oh, I'm flying. Like it was just like. It was crazy and vibrant and bright and looked fun and cheerful and like, and then really crazy with the I don't know what they're calling their Pokemon, but like the Pokemon, like
whatever those things creatures are,
it's just like it was wild.
It was gorgeous too, like super smooth, super clean.
It is 10 times better than anything visually they showed at that Pokemon thing that they had like a week ago, whatever it was. Can you imagine if Arceus or Arceus looked like that?
Oh
instead?
my God, Jesus!
Can you imagine?
Like, that'd be insane. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're not going to talk about the Pokemon.
We're not talking about the Pokemon.
But the Arceus though, like what they showed off this time, was a lot better than the first time they showed it off. And that game is still what I want, though. The game itself is what I want.
Fair enough. But I'm not saying I'm not saying that to disparage that game. I'm just saying
I was just saying that
because
we're not going to talk about it. I was just saying, but again, no. Oh my God! Like if it looked like that, oh my God! Like seeing the Pokemon in like that graphic style would be just insane.
Like that game's going to give you cavities. It's so sweet. Like honestly, like it is really insane.
Yeah.
How sugary that game is going to be. That might be the only turnoff for me. That it might be too much of that.
Yeah, sure.
But like everything else, it just looks amazing.
I need more. I need to know more.
I don't know what.
There was no date. There was no nothing.
No.
I need more.
I just feel like it's not even real. Like just like
right. Exactly. That's my thing. That's why I want to see more, because I feel like it's not real, because they showed off so much different things, and it's like, okay, did you create that? Like, are you guys at that far, or did you just create this just for this trailer, and now you have to figure out how to do it?
Yeah, like
yes, the cyberpunk issue.
It could be it could be that. It could be like a Doki Doki Literature Club thing. I might be going full horror halfway through. Like it could be anything. Like it could, and I would be on board for whatever they're doing. I'm super interested in that game going forward.
Doki Literature Club. That's Myke in his 20s going full horror.
They better not delay that physical edition again. I want to play that again on console and get some trophies.
Yeah. I do got to.
I'm like, where the hell is that game? I ordered that months ago.
Yeah, I think it's like middle of September now, so we're getting. I don't care.
This-
I'll get it when I get it, but I want it.
That was like me with Oberdin. Like,
Yep, right.
it's coming. It's coming. We shipped it. Wait, no, we didn't.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
now it's at your house.
Did you buy that book they had for the Return of the Obra Dinn? Okay.
Yeah, I got the big book. It's
Oh,
on
as
my
soon as I
shelf.
saw it, I sent it straight to him.
I
was
didn't
like,
send it to him, but I saw it and I'm like, oh, that's something Mike should
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah, like, so I did get it. So it comes with the physical edition of the game. It comes with the soundtrack, which is also really good.
Yeah.
Comes with like, oh my god. I mean, the main thing, it does come with the book that you're filling out, and the way the book is filled out is it comes with a couple of posters, like the big the big thing that usually go across like a couple pages.
Yeah.
They have like the full poster of like the ship and things like that. But each one of the pages it gives you like the guy's picture, where their body is found, and then like the blank lines underneath it that you would fill in the game. So it's like it gives you it gives you all those things. It's super neat,
Nice. That's awesome.
and it's all in the whole thing is encompassing like a book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's just on. I have that on one of my
Very
my
cool.
nerve shelves. Yes.
Very cool. So after that, we got a brand new trailer for Jurassic World Evolution 2 with a release date of November 9th. Then we got a new story trailer for Far Cry 6 coming October 7th. That game looks wild.
Yep. I'm definitely gonna be buying that game.
Art's buying it.
I have the gold edition pre-ordered from Walmart for months.
Did Walmart hit the price here too? Okay, because I got the Amazon one for like $60 for the
Yeah.
gold. I'm PS5, but whatever.
Right,
Oh wow.
yeah, same.
Yeah,
I'd rather have gotten an Xbox, but that's okay.
Yeah, with my Microsoft reward point problem, I have
yes.
I have enough to easily pre-order that game right now. I probably should just do that on the Xbox and get it for free.
After that, we got a new another look at Blood Hunt. This is the Vampire the Masquerade Battle Royale game. They showed off one of the factions, and that's going to be in the game. Early access coming on September 7th. I don't like Battle Royale, but it looked really, really nice. I wish they would just make a Vampire the Masquerade game like that.
Well, they're trying to. They're trying to make a game.
Let's not talk about that. That's never. It's going to be the next Duke Nukem. It's never.
no.
It's not happening.
Well, Duke Nukem happened.
Well, it did, but it was not worth it.
You may not want to remember it, but it happened.
Yeah, it did happen, and I did buy it because it was Duke Nukem, and I was like, I can't believe this exists.
Okay. Speaking of really dumb, I guess man games. So like Leisure Larry's coming back, right?
Oh yeah,
So we had.
Coming back, he never left.
Well,
that's true.
They had the last game that came out was Wet Dreams Don't Try, which is super gross. And then the new one is like, oh my god, I gotta look it up because it's like a complete contradiction to that one. So but it's also a wet dream like joke. Continue on. I'll look it up.
That's awesome.
I'm really tired, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm right there. After that, we got a trailer for a brand new game called Park Beyond coming in 2022. Basically another new Planet Coaster / roller coaster tycoon kind of game.
It
But
looked
it looked wild.
Wet Dream. Wait, no. Wet Dreams. Wet Dreams Dry Twice is a new one. So it's the exact opposite of that one.
That's amazing.
Still gross.
That's
yes.
amazing.
Back to this cheerful game.
Yes.
It looked like exactly like Planet Coaster, like exactly,
Yeah.
but instead having like fake rides, like
Right. Stuff that you can never actually really do.
yeah, like roller coasters that
yeah.
jump off the track and things like
Right.
that.
Which looks pretty cool. I mean, and it's
Couldn't you do that in Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Yeah, but they won't go back on the track.
Oh.
yeah,
They would just
they
go
would just
off.
fly off.
There was a thing that you shoot up, like the big drop thing. Like you
Oh,
had,
yeah.
like, go off the top
Oh
and
yeah,
back down.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do it in Planet Coaster too, but they don't. Before you actually open the ride, they make you test it.
Right,
So if
right.
it doesn't actually test, it doesn't. They don't let you open it.
That's unfortunate.
Neat thing about that though is it's PC and next gen only.
Yeah.
So that should be pretty cool.
Yay.
Yeah, there we go. It's starting. So after that, we got a trailer for Jet the Far Shore coming October 5th for PS5, PS4, and Epic Game Store. And then we got I thought it was a little surprise. I didn't think we were going to see this here. Horizon Forbidden West They announced the release date, February 18th, 2022.
We all knew it.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's like you said earlier with, take your time, whatever. Like, it'll come out when you're ready to come out.
Maybe by then I'll have my PS5 back.
Yeah, let's hope. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm going to check the status of that.
There you go. So, coming for PS5 and PS4. Do not forget. After that, we got a trailer for New World. This is the Amazon MMO they've been working on forever.
Just shoving down your throat forever.
Yep. It's finally coming out September 28th. The little bit they showed, it looked like a generic MMO. Like nothing, honestly, nothing special.
Whatever.
Then we got a trailer for Marvel Future Revolution. It's a new mobile game that just launched. I loaded it up for like 5 minutes this morning. Neat.
What kind of game is it?
It's kind of more of an action game, actually.
Yeah,
like
that's what it looked like.
Yeah, so like you actually control around, and then you have like your basic attack, and then you got all these different special moves you can choose from as well. And it was cool. So I just went through the first chapter, and it was kind of like the first the Avengers game, like where you go through pretty much all the characters. You play as all the characters for a brief time.
Oh, cool!
And like in this big mission, and then at the end of that, then you get to pick. Okay, who do you want your first major hero? Who are you gonna want to take as control starting off? And so I picked Spider-Man because it's Spider-Man.
Hope they have a controller support on that, because I might try that.
I don't think they will, just because of the way the attack button is, and then all of the specials are like bubbles around that attack button. So you have to press the bubble to do the attack and stuff.
Gotcha.
It surprisingly wasn't terrible, like with the touchscreen controls. So I'm gonna give that a little more. And visually, it actually looked very, very nice. Then after that, we got a little bit of a musical performance from Lindsay Sterling. I think is her name, right?
I think that's correct.
She's like, if you don't know her, she's like this like hip hop violinist. She's actually covered a lot of game music as well on her channel.
Yeah, she blew up on YouTube, right? I think is where she came from.
She was on America's Got Talent, I believe, too. She actually got kicked off early and then blew up on YouTube, I believe.
Gotcha.
So she did a arrangement from the Tale of Arise that's coming out. It was pretty cool. After that, they announced a new Tales game coming to iOS and Android, Tales of Luminaria. They just started working on that. Trailer for a new Jumanji game. Jumanji, The Curse Returns, coming to Steam and Switch.
I thought that was a straight up mobile game when I saw it.
100%.
For real.
It felt like a mobile game. Yeah, so that was kind of weird that it was coming to Steam and Switch. Then we get a quick little story teaser trailer for Lost Judgment. The full trailer is out. Went up on IGN. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if I want to, because I'm buying it, so I don't know if I need to see more.
I really gotta play that first game. I have it. I gotta play that first game.
So I'm super pumped for that game regardless. Then after that, I wrote this down as some Demu 5 crap, because it seemed not real. It's some demo, whatever you say, demo Mu 5 MMO, basically, like in some new platform called Core.
It's like if you put all, like, remember those, like the 360 Burger King games that you can get, like it's like if you put all the Burger King games together, like in a hub. It feels like that is what this is. I don't know.
I felt like my description.
I also felt like Core was like it felt like dream surfing. Like it's like really kind of random or like half baked ideas. Some of it's probably cool, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't know what I just saw.
I don't know. Fall Guys is getting an update. And then so I think it was the second week of September.
They're still going. Good for them.
Yeah, they're having a King Louis extravaganza. And
the Jungle Book characters.
And then there are a whole bunch of Jungle Book characters of Baloo and everyone. So it looked pretty cool. After that, we got a little quick teaser for that game Replaced again.
Mm-hmm.
Just please give it to me.
It looks cool.
It looks cool.
It looks
like
really
fun.
cool.
Don't forget that will be coming to Game Pass.
Yes, it will.
Then we got a new look at, I think it was the first true gameplay look at Age of Empires 4 coming October 28th. If you have a good PC in Game Pass, it will be on there. Mm-hmm. So have fun with that. It seems like you're up your alley, huh?
I never got into AOE. I was always more Civilization.
Yeah, okay.
I'll try it, because why not?
Well, right, exactly. The trailer for Valheim, Hearth and Home coming September 16th. That looked interesting. Then I forgot about this game too. I guess Crossfire X is still coming.
Oh, right.
Also, apparently, it's has like supernatural abilities and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
where did all that come from? I don't remember that
know.
before.
I
think
thought it was like a military thing. And
that's
then
what it was before. But I wonder if they're adding this because people were like, not. I don't know.
Maybe that's the X because there's regular Crossfire. Maybe
Yeah.
Crossfire.
People heard the rant I went on last night in privacy in my
Yeah.
basement about how first-person shooter games need to just stick to what they're good at and stop trying to be everything all at once.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't forget though, the multiplayer will be on Game Pass, but you're gonna have to pay for the campaign.
Mm-hmm. It was done by Remedy, right?
Yes, I believe so. And after that, we got some Genshin Impact updates. Aloy is being added September 1st for PlayStation players, and then actually going to be on all the other systems as well later in September.
I fast forwarded through Genshin Impact. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I listened to that part and then I fast forward the rest. So there was something else. I guess there's some concert in October in that game too. So if you're in that game, you probably already know about that anyways. Then there was a new trailer for Sifu.
Yes.
Coming February 22nd, 22.
Very cool.
2/22/22.
Yes.
Bad timing.
Also true.
Bad timing.
I don't know, man. That game's continues to look impressive
That game
though.
looks wild.
If they can just, do a guy a favor and bump that like a month.
Yeah, February is all of a sudden just fucking packed.
I feel like this is like everything that was supposed to come out, but like due to like COVID and shit, like that it was like
February.
It was like just missing releasing the holiday
These are supposed to be all the
season.
August releases, and then I got pushed 6 months.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, but that looks cool. And then last but not least, of course, we end the show with Kojima. Death Stranding Director's Cut coming September 24th. They showed off a bunch of stuff being added.
Mike, they got jetpacks now.
I know.
I know. Jetpacks.
That launcher.
That launcher for the deliveries is awesome.
I love that buddy in the regular game because he was so cheerful, and now I actually get to like travel with him.
Now you get to sit on him. He gets to carry you. That's amazing.
I actually did rebuy
Nice.
Death Stranding, so I'm going to be upgrading it at some point. Honestly, but also honestly, what ended up kind of selling me was like the new missions on there, which looks like something is going on. Yeah, it looks very Metal Geary.
Very Metal Gear.
It's all fun and games till Snake jumps out of the fucking bushes.
Jesus Christ! I swear to God,
Kills you, and takes your dog.
Yeah, someone with a bandit and an eye patch comes out of nowhere. But what the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, like that looks very different than anything else that was in that game. Like super different.
Yes.
Listen, when you're delivering all those cases, if one of them looks like a cardboard box, run.
This one's extra heavy.
So I never got to that point, like far enough in the game, but like the racing, was that in the first one too? No. Okay, that looked cool. I mean, honestly, it actually looked like pretty polished too, like, for like a racing game.
I'm upset because I spent most of my time in that game building the road, and they just put roads all over that game now.
Yep,
I got to spend so many materials and so much stuff.
They put roads. They give you a jetpack. It's like everything you spent hours and hours doing. It's just pointless now.
The first version of the game seems for the very hardcore players.
Yeah.
Now this is like, okay, you felt it a little too hardcore. Okay, now come play.
Yeah, and like all these different ways to get those packages and stuff like that all over the place. It's just, man, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. It looks amazing.
Oh well, it looks. I was just gonna say. I mean, I originally had it pre-ordered and then I canceled because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna be re-pre-ordering that after seeing this because I'm like, okay, there's a lot of quality of life stuff here. Again, it looks gorgeous, and I want to know what the hell's going on because those missions, like I said, it's very Metal Gear. And then also to that, what the fuck was that teaser at the very, very end? I need to know what that was.
Yeah, I don't
need to know what that was.
Unless it's just probably that danger room that they built. I don't know, man.
It's abandoned.
Okay, so I did download the abandoned thing to be like, I might as well, and then
that's what killed your PlayStation.
Probably. Then
virus.
It didn't. They had their issues. It didn't launch, and it finally launched, and it was like a 5-second guy walking across the floor, and that's literally all they had.
They released that on Twitter.
Which also
2 weeks earlier than that.
2 weeks
and
earlier.
They needed you to install an app for that.
Yeah, but they have a bunch of like empty slots there for the different trailers when they ultimately come out.
I still want to know what the issue was with that giant delay, like the graphical issue they found, and using different engines and.
That game, man, I don't know.
If you thought I had no interest because we didn't know what Death Stranding was, you have no idea where I am on the charts with this game.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you like Death Stranding?
And this studio has a history of this.
Of not releasing games?
Yes.
Taking people's money and
hyping
putting shit
stuff
out.
up and then never doing anything.
Would art like Death Stranding?
No.
I already bought it and tried it, and
How far do you get into it?
not very far.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Once
Now,
I-
with these
once I-
quality of life improvements.
Once I realized there was a suspense aspect to it, I lost all interest.
That's just, okay, fine.
I don't know.
I can't-
I died once, and that was it for me. I'm like, I don't know what that thing was. I fought. I don't want to fight it. I'm done.
No, I'm gonna give it another roll. I'm gonna give it another try. Plus, it's only $50, which is nice too for
Yeah.
the PS5 version. So
Well, I mean, upgrade. You can upgrade the. Cause I rebought the game.
okay.
But upgrade is like I'm still unclear of how I'm supposed to upgrade that thing to the
I don't
director's
know.
cut version of
They're
it.
just
Because
I
like, there's
don't
no
know.
way.
It's
If you
like
look at the store, there's no way to do it. Right
yeah,
now.
it's like the Ghost of Tsushima. It was
Nah.
very confusing the way they have it laid out. There are like 6 different ways of upgrading.
Well, also because on two different system things. Like this
Well,
is all
yeah,
fucked.
exactly. So yeah, so I'll
It's
just
okay though, because when the next firmware update comes out, you're able to tell whether or not you're playing a PS4 or PS5 game.
That's a plus. That's true, actually.
Fucking time.
can I hold on the PlayStation button and turn off my?
Okay, that's
No,
the option.
tap once, go to the power icon. You hold it down, and you're going somewhere completely different.
No, I still do it every day.
It's funny because now I'm playing the PS4.
Oh.
I'm gonna I tap and it takes me to like that sidebar menu. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Okay, I'm also playing my PlayStation 3 and my Xbox, and I'm just all fucked up. I'm just always constantly pressing wrong buttons.
Yeah.
Another Madden gripe.
Oh,
Before I finish
jeez.
here. They didn't fix the shit from last year where the quick resume problems.
Oh God! So it like
Which
disconnects.
And I spent. Well, yeah, I get
Yeah.
in there just black screens and I have to
Oh,
restart or it just
Jesus.
crashes out on me. I feel if you're selling a game as marketed as an Xbox Series XS version, Microsoft should be making them go through some fucking certification to make sure this shit works.
Don't support quick resume. Man. If
I
you
was
can't
like,
figure it
yeah,
out,
You don't
they
have
don't
to.
support
Yeah,
it.
If
you
I
don't
turn
have
the
to.
system off, just close the game then.
Right, exactly. Like I mean, because if you're gonna disconnect, it's gonna be all messed up anyways. Then forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, having the online franchise is awful.
Also, not better offline. My internet went out. I was playing offline franchise. Crashed the game. Buy Madden, people. It's great. EA, I'll take hush money.
Oh my god.
Let's wrap this up before I find more shit that I remember that was wrong with that game. I'm here all night. I want to go to bed.
I'm gonna stick to my trial.
See you next time, stickheads.